7th grade. Let's do a quick, we're going to try to keep this under 10 minutes, a test review. You've got a test. Thursday, the 7th grade's taking the test. They're taking it in here. You could take it Thursday or Friday because Friday's a remote learning day. That'll help you be able to take that on whichever day, but not later than that. I need you to take it Thursday or Friday. We've got some people that are getting behind on a lot of their stuff. You need to do your assignments. It doesn't have to be necessarily by 3 o'clock for me, the day that I put it out there, but you need to do it the day of, or like we've got to count you absent because the people that are in here are doing that stuff on these days. So that's how it works. But I want to explain to you, I'm not going to go through every single answer because a lot of these I think are pretty self-explanatory. But I do want to explain to you real quick how the test is going to look for you and a few of the trickier questions maybe that are on here. Like I said, I'm under 10 minutes, not 10 minutes. We're hoping for under 10 minutes. I am going to ask you an attendance question today. I've changed things up. Instead of having you put in Google Classroom comments, I'm going to send out a form with one question today. And that question is, what is the answer to the attendance question on the video, which I'll ask you sometime in the middle. The reason I send it out as Google form is for basically 3 reasons. Number one is it allows me to keep track. It's got your school email address logged when you log, so that helps me have just a list of who's here for attendance of that day. Number two, your test is going to be in Google Forms, so hopefully that gives you a little bit of a chance to get used to the format and how it's going to look when you're taking the test Thursday or Friday. And three, it's going to keep your answer private where only I can read it, as opposed to having everybody, because I'm going to ask you about the test today and how you feel about it. So it's just that makes it aware that everybody, if you don't feel like you're ready for the test and you're like, I'm afraid I'm going to fail this or whatever, Mr. Batts, not everybody can see that. I don't want to put anybody on blast or whatever. So your test, like I said, is going to be in Google Forms. The vocab part of the test is going to be drop boxes. In other words, you're going to have number one, and it could say, I see on this, archaeology is the first one. It'll say the study of ancient people, so one of the vocab, and then there'll be a big drop box, and you just got to pick archaeology from that those options, and you'll do that for all, I can't remember, 16 or 18 vocab words that are on the 3. As you can see here, we have three sections of review to go through. So the land bridge is called Beringia. Number 3 is kind of a tricky question. The second part of the number 2 here, where it says, where did it come from? What I mean is basically it came to Alaska, what we now call America. Where did it come from? In other words, what continent or country? So on that one, if you put Russia, if you put Asia, both of those are fine. Even Siberia, some people have been saying in class, that's fine too. But what I was really looking for is Asia. In other words, where did it come from? Not under the sea or whatever, but literally what continent it came from. Okay. The body of water is the Bering Strait. A lot of people put the Atlantic Ocean, which is technically this is a offshoot, a part of the near the Atlantic Ocean, but we're looking for the Bering Strait, which is why they call it Beringia. So don't mix that up. This is your only test of the year that will not have an essay. And so like I told the students that are here, this is a good opportunity for you to really get your grade going, especially because midterms are at the end of this week or on Wednesday of next week. And so your grade that's going home on your midterm is going to be almost entirely, maybe 100% this test grade, depending on what I do about study guides and if I give you credit for having done those, which I might. Large mammals, of course. We talked about that. Woolly mammoth, mastodon. You just have to name any two. Farming, allow people to stop being nomadic. Okay, this is not a very good question, number 7, to begin with. But the bottom 2, like I said, 8 is an opinion. That would be an essay, and we're not having essays on this test. Again, don't misunderstand me. Chapter 2, 3, 4, all the way to the end, the Constitution test, they will all have essays. This one doesn't, sort of as a back to school, first time, dip your toe in the pool type of gift from me to you. Number 9, you have to study the the map in your book. We're not going to have a book during the test. So that's not going to be on the test either. So there's section 1. I will ask your parents or guardians or grandparents, whoever's responsible for you in your remote learning, to help you take this test into Proctor to make sure that you are not looking up answers on your phone or whatever. When you start your quiz on Google Forms, it will lock you into that window, and you only get one chance, and you have to take the entire quiz all in one sitting. Your Chromebook, your tab, your window will be locked until you finish the quiz. That's an option I have. So keep that in mind, okay? I'm going to switch to this other tab. Hopefully, since the red dot's up here on this tab, hopefully Loom keeps recording as we go on. So, yeah, we're over here now. Okay. 4 large civilizations, those are pretty much what the entire section 2 is about: Aztec, Olmec, Inca, Maya. The one thing I will say is on number 3, you have to match them. So you'll have 3 different blanks, and when you put Aztec in one, you have to put the name of the Aztec city, Tenochtitlan. For Maya, you have to put Tikal, and for the Inca, you have to put Cuzco. And so those are the 3 cities. If you don't have those right, those are the answers to those. Now, this brings up the question every single time we do this: do I have to spell it right? Because people are worried about spelling Tenochtitlan. And the short answer is no. Who knows how to spell Tenochtitlan? I don't. So I always tell the students here, like, you have to, if I can tell, like, if you're trying to spell Aztec and you write Astec, that happens. But if you're trying to spell dog and you spell Cat, I can't really count that now, can I? Because that's a whole different word. So again, these ones at the bottom, study the photograph. What are some ways? That's an essay, and that's a photograph picture. So those won't be on the test, okay? And so the Aztec, why did they choose that location? It talks about this in the section, because there is a symbol there that they saw that they were looking for. And so you need to be able to tell me what the symbol was if that's on the test. Every test question will have been on the study guide, but not every question on all 3 of your study guides will be on the test. So there's not going to be surprises, but it's not all going to be on there. It's a 35-question test, okay? So that's basically it from Section 2. Section 3, the big question that we get a lot, the big question on Section 3 we get a lot is about number 4. Okay, so number 2 is the Hohokam and Anasazi. Number 5 is a tricky one. People always want to put Cahokia. The name of the tribe is not Cahokia. That's their city. The tribe we're looking for is Mississippians. And so on number 4, it asks you for 5 other tribes, meaning you cannot say the ones you've already said. So on Section 2, you said Aztec, Olmec, Maya, and Inca. Here you said Hohokam, Anasazi, and Mississippians. So you need 5 other tribes. Any 5 will do. And in your book, and I'm pretty sure it's on page 32 and 33, there are a boatload of them in bold black letters: Tlingit, Shoshone, Ute, Iroquois, Cherokee. Those are just ones off the top of my head. I don't have my book in front of me, obviously. So any of those 5 that you can remember and you could put down. So your attendance question today that you're going to put in your Google form is just, how do you feel about the test? I'm very confident. I know all this. I feel like I'm going to do okay, or I'm really worried. And if you have any specific questions, feel free to put those in there about any questions on here also. Okay? So keep wearing your mask. Obviously, I took mine off to the side here so I can talk to you and you can see my lips move while I'm talking. Feel free to send me questions on Remind, questions in Google Classroom, or questions even in that Google form that I'm going to have you fill out for your attendance question today. And wash your hands, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Have a good one. Bye.